You never know what is inside a closed package. Sometimes the package can carry death. That's what's happened in Russia. An explosion in Russia killed one of Putin's biggest supporters. Many others were injured. This caused a huge panic in Russia. The bomb that exploded in the country shocked everyone. This explosion is likely to change many things in Russia. The war supporters in Russia are now experiencing a great fear. So what was the reason for this fear? As Anka Daily news team, we investigated the details of the explosions in Russia and the latest developments for you. Let's start if you're ready. In fact, this is not the first explosion in Russia. Since Russia's invasion of Ukraine, the country has seen numerous explosions. Military airports, warehouses belonging to the Russian oligarchs, Russia's fuel tankers and railway systems have exploded many times. These explosions scared Putin very much. Putin has increased security measures and constantly changed his schedules. Extraordinary measures were taken all over Russia. But still, the explosions did not stop. Pro-war figures who supported Putin were the targets of these explosions. Last year, journalist Daria Dugina, a prominent supporter of the Russian military, was killed in a car bomb attack near Moscow. She was the daughter of the ultra-nationalist philosopher Alexander Dugin, a close ally of Putin's, and her death came as a shock to Russia. But the latest development is even more shocking than Dugin's death. Vladimir Tatarsky, a pro-Russian President Vladimir Putin military blogger, was killed in an explosion at a cafe in St. Petersburg, Russia. 31 people were also injured. According to the Russian government, 8 of the 31 injured are in serious condition. The death toll is expected to rise. The person targeted in the attack is believed to be Vladimir Tatarsky. Tatarsky was a very influential blogger in Russia. He always made pro-war statements in his writings. He strongly supported Putin and the war. Tatarsky's words were often on the agenda in Russia. Tatarsky became more famous for his broadcasts from the front. Later, his broadcast came from the Kremlin Palace, was the talk of the town. Everyone knew that Tatarsky was supported by Putin. Tatarsky's statements have become more and more harsh. In one of his statements, he said the following: "We will defeat everyone, we will kill everyone, we will rob everyone properly, as we please." Tatarsky influences millions of people in Russia with his harsh rhetoric. He has 500,000 subscribers on his Telegram account alone. He also participates in some programs and gives speeches. One of the programs Tatarsky attended as a speaker was in St. Petersburg, one of Russia's most famous cities. Tatarsky was very proud when he arrived at the hall. He was given a great deal of attention. He spoke with other pro-Putin propagandists. Then he was called to the stage. After a short speech, Tatarsky opened the box that was brought to him as a gift. Everyone was watching him at this moment. Tatarsky saw that there was a statue in the box. He joyfully took the statue and examined it. The people in the hall began to applaud him. Then he placed the statue back in the box. At that very moment, there was an explosion. According to experts, the statue in Tatarsky's hands contained a bomb. As soon as Tatarsky placed the statue in the box, there was a huge explosion, and the cafe was completely destroyed. Those inside were injured. Other pro-Putin writers sitting in the front rows were also seriously injured by the explosion. And how did the box and the statue end up in that hall? Who were the perpetrators of Tatarsky's death? Russia's investigative committee announced that a 26-year-old woman, Daria Trapova, has been detained. Security camera footage showed Daria Trapova coming into this hall with a large box in her hands. According to a local news website, the former owner of this cafe was Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of the Wagner Group. St. Petersburg is also known to be Putin's most important city in Russia. Putin served in this city for many years. The fact that an explosion occurred in a city that is very important for Putin reveals that the security weakness in Russia is very big. According to street camera footage, Daria Trapova walks casually with the box in her hand. Then, after entering the living room, she sits in the corner furthest from the box. After a while, when the box was opened, she knew very well that she was going to die, so she experienced great fear. As soon as the package was opened, he lay down on the floor and protected his face. In this way, he managed to escape with minor injuries. However, he was taken into custody shortly afterwards. So, who is Daria Trapova? The information we have about the 26-year-old Russian woman is quite limited, because there is very little news about the incident in the Russian press at the moment. The Kremlin administration is also hesitant to make a statement about this incident, so the case is not clear yet. According to a report in the Russian press, Daria Trapova confessed to the crime by crying, and an audible recording of those moments were shared. However, many experts claim that it is highly likely that this recording was made under duress. Some claim that Daria is innocent and was manipulated by her attackers. However, the Russian government denies these claims. There is another reason why the news agencies in Russia are reporting very little about this attack. Now all the pro-war writers in Russia are experiencing a great fear. Putin's supporters are canceling all their programs. Security measures have also been increased in Russia. All Putin's programs have been changed. Putin is experiencing great fear. According to reports from the Kremlin, Putin was very scared. Many things will change in the war after this event. Putin called a meeting of Russian intelligence officers after this event. He was angry with the intelligence officers for this incident. Putin, a former intelligence officer, blames his team for this attack. This reveals a major crisis in the Kremlin. Putin constantly blames the Russian authorities after such incidents. However, this is leading to increased tensions within the Russian government. Russian commanders, senior bureaucrats, and ministers do not get along with Putin. According to some people in Russia, tensions in Russia could rise as a result of this incident. The possibility of a military coup in Russia is increasing every day. Putin is no longer as powerful as he used to be. The increasing tension as a result of this bomb explosion in St. Petersburg could change everything in Russia. As Anka Daily News Team, we will continue to closely follow the developments in Russia and bring you the latest news. Our team spends a great deal of effort to prepare these news. You can support our team for the development of independent journalism. For this, you can use the Super Thanks button below the video. We also carefully read your comments on our news. We would like to know what you think about this incident. What do you think was the purpose of this attack? What do you think about the explosions in Russia? And how do you think this will affect the course of the war?